What's up, guys? What's going on? I just wanted to take a quick second to explain something to some people, and I kind of just want to go right into it. And I want to say that you should never compare yourself to somebody else. I feel like the only person who's better than me is me. You know, you have to kind of realize that you are the only competition when it comes to yourself, because no one has walked in the same shoes that you have walked in ever. They may have similarities, they may have like, you know, like bits and pieces of your story alike, but no one has ever had the same experience from when you were born to, like, you know, however old you are now. See, because what happens is that people don't realize that you have to think back to how you were to how you are now, because when you don't, and then you try to constantly compare yourself to other people, you fall into this rabbit hole and you keep on trying to get what the next man or woman is succeeding in. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I want to be like, you know, a big Hollywood actor, I want to be a comedian, you know, but, you know, if I constantly compare myself to Kevin Hart and Denzel Washington and, you know, Channing Tatum, you know, I'm not going to just sit there and admire how far that I've gotten. You know, I'm always looking at the next man succeeding, but I'm not looking at myself and what I'm doing. You know, I was born, I was born 18 years ago, going on 19 years ago. But the thing is, you know, I spent so much of my life, you know, saying like, oh, well, you know, so-and-so did this within 2 years and so-and-so did this within 4 years. So if I do what they did, I should have as much money as they have. No, never. Not anymore. Not anymore. Because what happens is you try to do what they did. You try to have their swagger, their jive. But what happens is that you don't build yourself up as a person to kind of just sit back and realize what you have and what you can bring new to the table. You know, since I wanted to be a comedian, you know, I would like watch like, you know, Comedy Central stuff and stuff like that, you know, and like I would like look at some of these jokes and I'd be just cracking up laughing, and I'd be like, oh wait, you know what, I gotta tell that joke someday. And then like I got about like 2 years older and I was like, I can't go around telling other people's jokes, you know. How am I gonna tell a story about how Kevin Hart's father almost drowned him inside of a pool when my father and I have never been next to a pool or a pond or a river ever in my life? You know, you have to be able to bring what you can bring to the table. I've never been in a situation like that Kevin Hart has been in. And Kevin Hart hasn't necessarily been in situations that I've been in as well, you know? So I see it as, what can Robert bring new to the table? What can Robert do differently? You know, this way, it's only a competition between myself. I look back at my old Snapchat videos, stuff like that, and, you know, I look at him and I'm like, I could do way better than this. And then I do way better than that. You know, that's growth. You know, that's growth. If you start off a semester with B's, right? And then like you look at those B's and you're like, you know, I could do way better than this. I'm gonna get A's. And what happens is you get your A's. That's growth. You feel me? But here's what happens, right? If you get B's, right? If you look at somebody else's report cards or pockets part or whatever, and like you see all of their A's, you want to be like, man, I want to be just like them. I want to get all A's and stuff like that. But God forbid, right? If that person stops getting A's or whatever and starts getting like B's and C's, you'll be like, oh snap, hold up. I understand that it's okay to have a C. I'm finna get C's now. See, because you're following someone else's example all the time when you should only really be following yourself, you know? Not in a sense to where it's like, oh, like, There's me, I'm gonna fuck. Like, no, I'm talking about you have to want things for yourself. You have to want things because you want them, not because you see somebody else is happy with them. You gotta find your own happiness. You gotta do what makes you truly happy. And with that, I'm going to say that Robert Cunningham is sincerely the GOAT, because Robert Cunningham is the only Robert Cunningham that can do what Robert Cunningham does. Have a great day. Bless up. Every L is a lesson. You get 2 L's. Turn it into a W. Flip that W. Make it an M, and you rich in a couple of days. Bless up.